Hi people, just watched a great movie, so I had to make a video about it. This movie's called The Contender. It was released back in 2000. It was starring Jeff Bridges, Gary Oldman, and Joan Allen. Oh, such a good movie. Here's the synopsis. U.S. Senator Lane Hanson's nomination for vice president is jeopardized when a sex scandal from her past is revealed. In particular, she is opposed by the Speaker of the House, who will stop at nothing to discredit her. Her confirmation hearings set off a firestorm of controversy as shocking secrets from her past emerge and threaten her personal life as well as her political future. Hanson has what it takes to be a heartbeat away from the presidency. Now she must prove she has the stomach for what it takes to get the job. So Joan Allen is playing the female senator running for vice president. Jeff Bridges, the Big Lebowski, the dude, plays the president. And Gary Oldman plays the Speaker of the House. Side note to the film industry. Stop trying to make Gary Oldman look unattractive, because you can't do it. It cannot be done. Stop wasting your time and your money trying to make him look unflattering or unsexy. You can't do it. But this was a great movie. It was a great political movie. During all these hearings, there's a lot of mudslinging, and Joan Allen's character refuses to get into it. She tries to make her point of view as plain and simple as possible, but the process does not allow her to be fully heard. So, there is a monologue at the end of the hearings and towards the end of the movie where she just lays it out. And I think it's a great movie for Christians to watch, because they don't understand the atheist foundation and why we think religion is a bad thing and why it's detrimental to our government. So Christians, if you don't get it, just fucking listen to this and you'll know why. Here's the monologue. It seems that I have some explaining to do, so let me be absolutely clear. I stand for a woman's right to choose. I stand for the elimination of the death penalty. I stand for strong and growing armed forces because we must stamp out genocide on this planet, and I believe that that is a cause worth dying for. I stand for seeing every gun taken out of every home, period. I stand for I stand for making the selling of cigarettes to our youth a federal offense. I stand for term limits and campaign reform. And, Mr. Chairman, I stand for the separation of church and state, and the reason that I stand for that is the same reason that I believe our forefathers did. It is not there to protect religion from the grasp of government, but to protect our government from the grasp of religious fanaticism. Now, I may be an atheist, but that does not mean I do not go to church. I do go to church. The church I go to is the one that emancipated the slaves, that gave women the right to vote. It gave us every freedom that we hold dear. My church is this very chapel of democracy that we sit in together, and I do not need God to tell me what are my moral absolutes. I need my heart and my brain in this church. Do you get it, people? Do you get it, Christians? Muslims? Do you get it? You don't have to agree. If you did, you'd be one of us. Do you understand why we think this is a bad thing? Why we don't want religion to infiltrate our government any more than it already has? Now, I'm very subjective by heart. That's why I cling to things like theater and music and books and plays and poetry. Christians are trying to do a poet's move. I think that's what they've tried to do over the years. Some poets write from the perspective that one life reflects all lives, and that one person's experience is universal. You can do that in the context of art, but not in government. You can't do that. You cannot do that in a democracy. So if any Christians have any fucking questions about this movie, or if anything was unclear, write me. I'll answer your questions. But you need to take a moment and understand what you're fighting and what you're actually up against. And that was the point of me reading the monologue. I mean, I don't agree with every damn thing that was in the monologue. I mean, I do, let's see, I do stand for a woman's right to choose. I do stand for the elimination of the death penalty. Gun control, I don't give a shit. I own a slingshot and I'm pretty deadly with it. Making the selling of cigarettes to our youth a federal offense, please. No, I don't agree with that. Term limits and campaign reform, absolutely. Just know what you're fighting. And you may find that you're not actually fighting us and we're not actually fighting you. We're trying to have a discussion. And I gotta tell you, as far as the atheist community goes, we do have patience as a whole, but as an individual, my patience is running thin. You better get this shit straight, or there will be no discussion, and then there will be no growth and no understanding. But watch The Contender. Big Lebowski for president.